Good evening. In this video, I'm pretty sure I'm covering like probably the highest requested, most frequently asked question for the past 2 years. I'm like trying to move over so you guys can see my boo sign. I love Halloween decorations. Now, at some point on my channel, I did provide like a little bit of information about contacts in some video somewhere, but I generally want to go over more information. This is going to be like the contact video of all contact videos. Hopefully it answers every single thing that you're wondering. Before purchasing or putting anything in your eyeball, you need to see an eye doctor. Because I definitely know that I personally am not an eye doctor, and I highly doubt that anybody on YouTube actually knows anything about eyes at all. But still, the first thing I want to go over is your common questions, concerns, because watching a contact collection video and then going and buying contacts without knowledge is bad. Okay. The first most common question that I get is, where can I buy cheap contacts? Those are two words I never want to hear together. You might be able to find cheap contacts online. You might be able to Google something and be like, oh look, I found $5 contacts. No. For quality contacts, they usually come with a price tag. And that generally is pretty much overall for your safety. If you see contacts online that look just like other lenses, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are exactly the same thing. You have no idea how they were made, what they're made of, or anything really about them. Those free contacts or those cheap contacts can be made out of who knows what. They could be like a dead butterfly smashed into a contact lens mold. And I feel like I don't need to be the person to tell you that we use our eyes to see things, but we use our eyes to see things, and our eyes can be damaged. You just literally don't know if they're going to fit your eye or if they're going to even be like safe for your eye. To give a realistic situation, because I know people are still gonna be like, oh look, I just found contacts for $5. Think about the fact that they have to use a dye or an ink or something to color the contacts. What if that's not approved for your eye? Or what if that could actually leak into your eye? What if those lenses are expired and they've been sitting in bacteria? You just don't know. So realistically, if you guys are looking for cheaper contacts and then you get them and then you can't use them, it actually would have been cheaper to buy the more expensive lenses that are made the way they're supposed to, have the things that they're supposed to, and you're able to wear them for a while. Now, I'm not gonna give you guys an exact brand that I use. Reason being, just because I like them doesn't necessarily mean that you like them, doesn't mean they're gonna fit your eye. Just because they work for me doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work for you. That's no matter where you get your contacts from, whether you order them online or you get them in person, they should be wanting your eye doctor and your eyeball measurements of your eyeball. They have to be able to make sure that the contacts are actually going to fit your eye and the curve of your eye, or else they're gonna slide around, they're gonna be all weird, you're gonna blink, and they're gonna be like. You can get your eyeball measurements from your eye doctor. They should also be asking you for a prescription from your eye doctor, which if you don't need a prescription, you still get a 0 prescription. You should be having to provide some sort of information about your eyes, and if the website or the person you're buying them from doesn't ask for it, I would not get them. Now, I feel like this is a part of common sense, but you can't always trust people online. Aren't you? I'm trying to explain something to you. Another warning that I just want to tack on about buying contacts is just kind of a social media warning. And this absolutely does not apply to everyone online, so don't be going and being like, Lex said you're a liar! A lot of times you guys will see discount codes online for contact lenses. I'm not saying that discount codes are bad either, because I have discount codes for companies that I love and support and have tried and used for a long time, but unfortunately that doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. Just be aware that there are people out there online that will take a discount code or take an offer or just have lenses sent to them for free, and they're like, woohoo, free lenses, and all they care about is that they actually got the free lenses, not necessarily if they're quality, and not necessarily caring if they recommend them to their subscribers, which really freaks me out. All I'm saying, if you do hear a brand recommended from your favorite YouTuber, please make sure that you still do your own research about it. Make sure that it's legit, except for me, you know. I also know that around Halloween, a lot of eye doctors do sell effects lenses, so if you guys are gonna be getting them at any point, I would suggest looking now. The contact solution that I use is the Opti-Free Replenish. This is not a sponsored video. I have like really sensitive eyes, which you wouldn't think because I'm sitting here doing makeup all the time, but I have very sensitive eyes, and this is a solution I've always used. I've never used any other solution, so it may work for you, it may not work for you. This is what I have been using forever. Also, when you order contacts, you're gonna wanna take them out of the package that they come in, and I just put them in regular contact lens cases, and then I also will write the date that I poured them into here, because they do have expiration dates. I'm not sure of the exact expiration date. I mean, I know for my own, but generally I'm pretty sure all contact lenses have like different expirations of when you're supposed to change them, and you don't want to really go past that because bacteria can grow in them and it can get all kinds of disgusting. My collection is a lot smaller than it used to be because over time I've been getting rid of expired ones or getting rid of ones that I don't really wear and just generally reordering or keeping ones that I do wear. As far as scleras go, I do also have scleras, but I'm not gonna be putting them in this video because they're just like... Sclera lenses are really fun, and this is actually a mini sclera lens, so the regular scleras are even larger than this. And while scleras look fun and they look awesome when they're on, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. Not that they like hurt or anything, but I just kind of question the full safety of them, but I don't fully know everything about them. Just know that scleras usually run $200 and up. These lenses are also completely smooth on both sides. I once got them from a company and they have almost like a contact lens within the larger sclera. It was very freaky. I did not put it in my eye. No way was I taking that risk. And that literally was just $300 down the drain. If anything ever looks suspicious, do not put it in your eye. Now, since I already have these lenses in, I'm gonna show you guys how I personally take them out. I also have like really long nails, so I will show you. I use the side of my finger, and then I take my other finger and I just pop it out. Also, while wearing contacts, you wanna be sure that you don't let your eyeballs actually dry out while you have your contacts in. They do sell eye drops that are okay to use while you have contacts in. Now I'm also gonna show you guys the way that I personally put my contacts in. When you visit your doctor, they will let you know how they suggest putting lenses in. Now I personally put my contact lens on the side of my finger since I have long nails. And then I also have really sensitive eyes. I already know my makeup is gonna get messed up in this video, it's alright though. And then I look to the sides slightly. And let it roll to the center. And they're in. The first time I ever put contacts in at my doctor, they were like, okay, just do it like this. And I'm like, also, you should know before you go ahead and buy lenses such as these, I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. Reason being, they start out looking fine, but as soon as you go over to talk to someone that you think is cute across the room, you're gonna be all like, hey, I'm Lex. So, are you enjoying Halloween? Within like 20 minutes, you end up looking like a goat.